Hello, welcome to a new edition of our show, Money Means Business. As we always say, business means money, stability and business, and a lot more. And deeper than that, mean a lot of money and business. This is what we're going to be talking about, the performance of the Egyptian economy and the improvements and the progress that happened in it, despite the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic that is affecting all economies of the world. And I'm not going to just, without much ado, I'll let our guests talk about it. So we have tonight Mr. Khaled Abu Hayeb, Chairman of the Investment Committee of the National Council for Strategic Planning. Welcome, sir, with us.
Well, they're welcome.
Well, we have a lot to talk about, actually, yes. And this is really good and get very good vibes. And we wish a lot more in the year 2021. So we'll go for a short break, after which we'll be coming back. Stay tuned to us, don't go away. We're back again to Money Means Business, and we have online our guest, Dr. Ala Serhan, former World Bank Chief Expert. Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you? Good evening.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Hello?
Yes, hi, can you hear
Yes,
me?
Dr. Serhan. Welcome with us here on the show.
Thank you.
Okay, the question that we've been talking about, with our guest, Mr. Khaled Abu Hayeb, and everybody is just talking about is the performance of the Egyptian economy, despite all the challenges that the economy was facing, but it did really well, and it's just going with firm steps into the year 2021, actually 21. So how do you see that from your side?
Well, from my side, to be honest with you, I rely mostly on the reports that are issued by the international financial institutions like the IMF and the World Bank, just to get sort of a more of a holistic view of, compared to other countries, especially in the region with similar economic, more or less similar economic conditions. Now, the report that I have been looking at for the last few days is actually the IMF staff report that they have reported to the board of the IMF back in December. Very briefly, the report says that because of the macro stabilization efforts of the government by introducing some monetary and fiscal policies to be able to counteract the extremely overwhelming impacts of the the pandemic. The economy has been performing very well. In fact, just to give you some context to this in terms of figures, it's expected that the average real growth of the economy is positive during the fiscal year 2019-2020, and it's growing at 3.6% in real terms. So this is actually very good news, especially that if you compare to other countries with the same income group, they have been actually, I would say, the growth rate, the real growth rate has been extremely much lower. In fact, some of the countries have been doing a negative growth rate, which means that the economy is not growing, is shrinking. So this is one of the reports that has come out from the IMF. The other report, which has come out also from the World Bank, it emphasizes the fact that the employment rate has actually gone up, or I would rather say that the country was able to create more jobs, and unemployment rate has declined in 2020, in the third quarter of 2020, to 7.3%, which is very good, down from 9.6%. So I think these are all very good indicators. Just a couple of more points, if I may add. The remittances from the Egyptians abroad, they have increased by 12% in 2020, which is a very good another indicator of how the economy is perceived to be very solid, and how the economy is perceived to be growing by Egyptians abroad, living abroad, and by the international financial organizations, reputable international organizations. So these are good indicators. The last indicator that I would be using, just to try to sketch a better picture of the performance of the economy, is the issuance of the first sovereign green bonds that happened, I think it was 2 months ago. We're talking about the tune of $750 million in green bonds, and the objective of such green bonds is to be able to fund the portfolio of green projects like clean transportation, renewable energy, sustainable water management, and so on and so forth. This is despite having the pandemic, and despite having a very harsh global economy. The global economy has been shrinking, so it's extremely gratifying to know that while everybody else and the whole world is going into some sort of contraction, the Egyptian economy is doing well, is performing well, is growing at a steady rate. So I'm very confident that because of the structural policies and the initiatives by the central bank to be able to bring the interest rates down, to issue the bonds, and the government expenditure, this is a fiscal policy by trying to create more jobs, doing the infrastructure, having all these mega projects in infrastructure. I feel extremely confident that the performance of the economy is on the right track, especially in these unprecedented times when we have a pandemic and almost a lockdown everywhere. So kudos to the economy, and it's very gratifying to know that everything is hopefully is going to pick up much better.
Yeah, but one question also in like good vibes and optimism that is going to be doing even better, but then there is a danger of the growth of the population. Well, you know, there is growth in the economy and there is growth in the population, rapid growth in the population that is uncurtailed. So how can that be faced? Because any kind of growth, economic development that is performed actually can be swallowed by the quick growth of the population.
Well, okay. Just again to give some context to this issue, Egypt back in the 60s, we have identified population growth as to be one of the major challenges that would undermine any kind of economic development effort that the country is going through. Because I'll give you just an example. If the growth in the economy, which is represented by the growth in the GDP, the gross domestic product, is like 4%, and the population growth is like 2.5%. So in real terms, you're only growing like 1.5% because the population growth is eating up the excess, the total wealth that we have produced in 1 year. We're eating it up by the same percentage. So this is a very important question, what you have just raised, and I think the government has to be extremely vigilant about population growth. One of the ways that maybe we need to learn, there are some lessons learned back in the 60s when Egypt embarked on this big campaign for curtailing population growth and so on. And I think by raising awareness, a campaign of raising awareness and also being able to address the issue at the policy level, and I think this is going to be very important. So I'm happy to know that the leadership in Egypt, they're extremely adamant about addressing the population issue. I'm happy to know that because, as you rightly said, no matter how, by how much the economy grows, this is going to be totally undermined by any population growth. So we have to have a balanced population growth that we're able to cater for, and we're able to provide education, health services, basic infrastructure, and so on and so forth. Otherwise, everything is going to go awash.
Yes, Dr. Haitham, thank you very much for being with us. And back to you, Dr. Khalid Abu-Hayeb. Now, with you just seemed like you had a very good expression, actually, and the comparing the economy and the performance of the management, the players in the economy, like a match, and the different situations, actually, and the conditions, in the match and how to play it,
That's true. Just so we can give the credit where it deserves and give every person the credit he deserves too, is that when we want to see the performance, it is always compared to the situation it was. And the example I was talking to you about, if we're talking about soccer or football, and we can say like a goalkeeper, like El Hadari, there is hundreds of thousands of kids and players who are playing the same position to be a goalie. And also Hadari himself used to play thousands of games and matches. But one of the games I remember back where he saved the penalty and the which was the reason why we took the champion of Africa. And everybody was chanting Hadari, Hadari. It is the performance on that day, on that moment. So if we want to say the Egyptian economy is performing good, and as the Monetary Fund put it, that we are number 4 worldwide in the growth, and one of the most promising 10 economies in the world worldwide.
When just a very few years back, we just hit rock bottom with the different, definitely.
So coming to be the 4th worldwide, and everybody is betting on you. But what was the situations? And if you zoom out and look at it, it is almost like a miracle.
It is a miracle, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Yeah, let's be honest to ourselves.
Lots of things, everything that is happening, within this very short time is basically a miracle.
I remember in the episode we did in March of 2020,
Yeah.
we started a program with the Bloomberg report saying the challenges against Egypt.
Yeah.
And number one was that the labor working overseas, especially in the Gulf area, coming back. Number two, the price of oil was becoming negative, so the value of exporting of natural gas is almost disappeared. Number three, the construction sector was not performing that good because of the beginning of the COVID-19. The international trade was going down, so the income of Suez Canal was going. So it was just challenging everywhere we look. So despite all of that, the government and the administration continued doing what they're doing. And I remember in your show and your program here, we said why we should not look at on the negative side.
Yeah.
No, we should take that as a great thing to challenge and to depend on ourselves to get out of it. And one of the things that brought us to be one of the top 10 economies in the world, number 4, as the IMF's FMO is saying, is that because we had the clear vision of what we were doing, we continued what we're doing, and we didn't stop.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised of where we are and where are we going. To be honest, right now we are almost at the bottleneck, and we are almost getting out of it. And as last week, for instance, and I was in the administrative capital, the new administrative capital, which I would like to say it again on your show. I would love to rename it to be the administrative capital of Africa, not only Egypt.
It is a humongous project.
I couldn't believe what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And again, it is one of the major downsides on the press and media in all the programs, that we are not covering what the administration and the government is doing. It is, if you go over there and see the towers, they are going floor every almost like a day. Oh no, and now we are on the 50th floor, 51, 52, 53, and they are going. And also we see the new downtown. It is almost as if you are in Washington, D.C., and you're seeing the federal buildings next to each other. Here you're having the ministries next to each other, and the major mall and the garden in between it, and the financial district. Everything is really organized beautifully and very nice. So with these things going, and I checked the rate of the how the thing is going on marketing and selling. It's almost getting, a lot of the places are sold out in downtown. I went also and see to feel the people. I took the train to Alexandria. I don't remember ever the train left on time, by the minute, and arrived Alexandria on the minute, on the dot. And after that, when I came back to Cairo, I took the underground, the metro, and I was so surprised. It is very clean, not noisy, going on time. The screen is saying metro's coming, next train in 3 minutes. So I don't want to compare us to the rest of Africa, but there is no comparison. But this is things which I didn't usually expect to see it in Egypt. It is like wherever you go in one of any major big capitals of the world, it is there. and nobody's talking about it. And that is great. There is a lot of opportunities, let's say, like for instance, 2 days ago, for the Libyan government finally settled down, and definitely it is under our supervision, the Egyptian supervision, and they agreed to do the new government. This is immediately open the 2 million to 3 million Egyptian laborers will go to Libya to work over there. This is great income to us. This time when they're going to go there, they're going to be going under the supervision of the government and the supervision of the labor ministry. So whatever faults in the past will never happen again. Also, the pushing hard from the administration for the businesses to grow in Africa, and so we are opening the spectrum all over us, and we are not, and we are making use of every opportunity we have. Most importantly, to the daily life right now, we see is that I love what I'm seeing when the government is hitting hard on the deep state. Okay, so the corruption is getting less and less. They are hitting with an iron fist on everybody. And it is now we have, for the first time, real time. I never heard in my life, in my past 60 years, that we did have a surplus in our balance. The Prime Minister Nabuli announced that we have 2% surplus, and it can grow. And this is only by adjusting and control the deep state and closing the gaps where the losses were going. We need, and we now we need to start really the big mega projects like the car industries. Like one of the things is the car industries, most of the components are still being imported. We need to start to expand on this. The steel, also the steel and iron industry will still get a lot of its products from overseas. So it is time to start to do this and use our local materials and get the maximum out of it. We have a lot of natural resources, as you can see, and we can easily double our performance. We're not all what we did. If we went and we became the fourth best economy and our budget is we have a surplus in it, it's just only by eliminating
despite
the holes.
All the challenges,
yes,
very difficult challenges facing the whole world, not Egypt only.
Yes,
but Egypt also with the hardships that it had before.
Definitely, and controlling the deep state, and the corruption. This happened. So imagine that we are here, and now we can really invest in the real economy. You can imagine where we can go. For us, for Egypt, the sky is the limit. And with the clear vision and the steady vision of the administration, we're going this way. We are not joking. This is our strategic borders. Nobody, like what happened in Libya, when the president made the line insert, nobody moved past that line. They thought that we were joking. They passed, they were punished. When we say that the Gulf area, Saudi Arabia and the Emirates is our strategic depth to, nobody now, everybody's taking us serious.
Seriously, definitely.
Nobody plays in our backyard in Sudan. All of this opens the spectrum and gives the stability to the region, and will give our youth and our labor power to expand in these areas, and all of this will be extra income to our economy. So thumbs up to the administration and
The management, definitely.
The management, definitely. They are on the right track. I don't. There is always will be something not working or functioning, but the main direction is the direction where we should be going. It's tough, but it's the same people who did the 6th of October victory in 1973 during Sadat, and I think what we're seeing is not less than
it's
what
the same
we saw.
spirit.
It is the same spirit.
Exactly.
They're not looking behind, and they are going, and they are serious. I love what I'm seeing.
Yeah, yeah. Especially that I repeat every time when we just, like meet together in the show, that you see clearly more, we are living here and day by day, like you're getting used to things. But then, you came from, you were somewhere else, and you decided when you came here for a few days for certain matters, like personal matters, that instead of going back, you liked what you saw and you decided to stay. So you see clearly more than others, the achievements that have been made.
Absolutely. I thank God that what I have been seeing in the States personally, and definitely my dear respected friend, Dr. Ala Sarhan will approve what I'm saying, is that we were exposed to a lot of experiences we passed through, and all what we were hearing over there about Egypt were on the negative side.
Exactly. It's always, the media that just only portrays the negative sides and magnifies negative things, and sometimes these things are not true.
I told you that I was only coming here for 72 hours, and I was settling in West Africa. I came from Togo to here, and I was going back through Morocco, and I was just surprised and was taken by surprise on what I have seen of the infrastructure and what they're going. And I've been here now over a year. What I have seen is improving every day.
Yeah.
You're going to a highway. The highway was under construction. Guess what? The highway is completely done, open. Another highway is being constructed. A new city is coming up. The new train, or the speed train, which is coming from the capital, from Sokhna, going to El Alamein. I was with my dear friend, Mr. Dr. Muhammad Mikawi, the chairman of the City Edge company, which is in charge of selling and promoting and developing the new cities like El Alamein and the capital. And he's telling me, Khalid, El Alamein will be completely done. Big percentage will be done during the summer, and all the project should be done in 24 months. So, wow. And we're talking about capacities of cities which are magnificent, and I cannot believe that. And
there'll be decentralization. You're used to staying in one place and like just sticking to it, because all the services were there in the capitals, but we can go everywhere now.
It's the magnitude of the construction. When they're telling you that there is more than 11 towers going in the area of Alamein, and Alamein is no longer a summer place. No, it's a whole town,
a place to survive
city,
in.
24/7, all year round, and a highway from it is going to go down parallel to the Nile Valley, and you go to the administrative capital, and what's going on, and then you Mansoura, and then you expansion. There is big credit to the government. Now you can see that we're doing this and it's done. So what's going to happen after that? It's all bright.
Definitely.
Yes, and nothing like when I visited the administrative capital and I sat with the officials over there. It has now been built on the G5 generation when it comes to telecommunications and infrastructure. So it is not
state-of-the-art city.
It is. And all of this is for the new generation and for the youth of Egypt. Definitely. If I can say something is, I'm going to take care. If it is not for us, we becoming the older generation here, telling the youth, please,
Definitely.
what you're seeing, what is coming is a very big achievement. Take care of it, and
We
really
worked hard for it. We suffered for this, you know, to happen to the next generation.
Protected and protected and protected. This current administration has been taking decisions which administrations in the past 60 years couldn't take it.
Definitely.
So please, there is a lot of achievements, there is a lot of things been done.
Yeah.
Take care of it and protect what has been happening. It was never been served to them on
no,
a
we
golden
paid
plate.
we paid that,
Yes.
you know, in our bloods.
Yes,
actually.
true,
Definitely.
true.
Well, we're going for a short break, after which we're coming back. Stay tuned to us. Don't
True.
go away. You're coming back in a moment. We're back again to My New Year's Business with our guest, Mr. Khaled Abou Ayoub. And, you know, as we were just talking, you know, like in the meantime, you know, like the 2% that we realized, we still have a way to go. But then with very minor things, we achieved that.
That's true. Again, what we achieved right now is not really based on mega industrial projects. Not yet.
That's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
We didn't, I'm always going to speak about it. We didn't start manufacturing and exporting our phosphate. Our 1.3 billion metric tons of phosphate.
Which is of mega importance, actually.
Definitely. This is by itself is capable to pay off all the Egyptian debts. The phosphate right now is around $110 per metric ton. You multiply it by 1.3 billion metric tons, you can get the number. Okay, and this is not even manufactured. We didn't speak about our iron ore. We didn't speak about the black mud and the radioactive materials on it. This is only in the mineral resources. We didn't speak about our salt from Siwa, from Natron, from these big things. We didn't speak about the magnesium. We didn't speak about the gold. This is all in the mineral sector. We didn't speak about our fishery industry. We didn't speak about Lake Nasser, which is 1,000 kilometers on each side, banks of it, fertile land to be developed. We didn't speak about all of that. We didn't speak about the new valley and the old valley of Egyptian tilt in the desert. We didn't speak about the health tourism. We didn't speak about anything. We didn't speak about the steel mills. We didn't speak about to reboost and rebirth our textile industry and the cotton industry. We didn't speak about any of this. all what was happened is that the administration, we only, as I told you, it was the iron fist telling no corruption and hitting hard on the deep state.
Yeah.
It immediately made a surplus of 2%.
Yeah.
So imagine when all of these things gonna start to happen.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm trying to say to the youth and to the young and to the people. Stay together, fight hard, and take these things, these gains in your hand, and don't let it go. Develop on it. It is a very bright future, and there is no way you can get a better return on your investment than it is in Egypt. The numbers doesn't say, the number prove it. It is no place on earth people can make back return on their money like what's in Egypt. So get ready for the next step. Be patient and just do what you need to do, and believe in your administration, and the future is bright.
Definitely. The voices that were just, you know, like always rising, and, you know, like they're lessening, you know, always opposing anything, trying to cast doubts over any achievements, over any decisions taken. They're just, you know, minimized. They're just, you know, like going down. Is it because, well, the achievements, you know, like are, you know, they're not talking, the government is not talking, is achieving, is working really hard. All we see is achievements, projects, all that.
We grew in an era and an age where the president used to come out, or the administration, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, we're doing that, and nothing was really happening. So we lost confidence in the leadership.
Yeah.
Now, they're not saying, they're not talking. You would just find, okay, it's opening of this 8-lane highway each direction. It's the opening of this new city. It's the opening of these universities. It's the opening of this. They don't say it is, they don't talk. Seeing is believing, and they are just going. So the credibility is rising up, going up. It is the same railway system which everybody was complaining about.
Yeah.
Minister Kamel Al-Wazir took it and completely transformed it. The train I was on going to Alexander, the first class, it was Egyptian-made carriages, and this is true. The guy didn't talk, and he's just doing the job. And guess what? They are the same people. It's the same systems, but management is really management. They mean what they're saying.
Boils down to management. How do we manage things? How do we manage our resources? How do we manage crises?
Yes.
And this government in the crises, you know, like the big crisis actually the world is passing through, is performing well.
That's absolutely. I cannot find the words to describe what I'm seeing and to transfer to your audience. It is beyond my expectation and beyond imagination, and I'm just telling them. I always say here in your show, Mr. President, if you can clone Minister Kamel Al-Wazir, please do. He's doing an outstanding, great job. And now, like Minister Nasr, also in the investment, she's doing great. Naveen Kabaji is doing great. Everybody is doing his job.
Yeah. Also, that's, you know, like when we talk about the different work that is happening, the different decisions that have been taken, we always had like problems, you know, like, and we always talked about the one-stop shop, you know, well, kind of minimizing steps in order to do business in Egypt for the foreign direct investment. But then the file of the foreign direct investment now went to the Prime Minister directly under his leadership and his directives. So I guess, you know, this is, you know, this can be a really, you know, leap of faith actually, and it can just you know, work and solve any kind of problems that arise from, you know, like not, you know, like you're dealing with different ministries, not one ministry, you know, like in talking about the foreign direct investment. So, you know, that could minimize any kind of like time taken in order to start foreign direct investments or make it easy for the investor.
What you're saying is absolutely correct, but also I want to say is that we don't want to say, how can I say it? There's a lot of challenges over the years.
Definitely.
These administrations, this prime minister or the minister of investment or whatever it is, whoever is working under him is been inherited. He didn't bring all of these things.
Yeah, but he's bearing the brunt of all, you know, the past years. That's very hard.
Yes. So since when? I mean, we always been hearing one window for the investment, make your company do this, do that. We've been hearing this since the time of Sadat.
Yes.
Okay, and it's never happened.
Yeah.
Now finally, it's been shortened to 72 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and it's been a battle from the people who are running, like the ministers and all of these things, and the people who are really working in it. The resistance is from what's in. It is from the deep state.
Yeah.
Okay, so the administration is doing a great job, and all the agencies are working hard to crack down on this deep state, so things can move and go easily.
Yeah.
We inherited a lot of things, like, for instance, when you go to the North Coast, you want to build on a piece of land. Oh, this paper is missing. You don't see the contracts. You don't know who's the owner. This has been there for the past 60, 70 years. Finally, last year, the government came and said, stop it. Everything, this is now a benchmark. This is how we're going to start again. Not a single leadership in the past were able to take this decision. It's very tough. The other one, which is really going to completely transform the Egyptian economy, inside which we can see, is that the properties, as the people used to buy land and to take it with piasters or 2-3 pounds and leave it and sell it with £1,000. This is never going to happen again. Okay, you take a piece of land, you have 36 months, you build it, or we're going to take it back. Now with the property taxes, if it is really going to be, we're going to push on the property taxes, we will not find one apartment which is empty or an old building. We can use the property tax as a tool to improve and to boost our economy. This is, we don't need to take funds or loans for that.
So how do you see now, you know, like we have less than 1 minute, next, you know, steps, how do you see the world, how it's going to be in Egypt, you know, here especially, of course, related to the world?
I would just want to say, through your program, to everybody who's seeing and watching us worldwide, you better hurry up and find yourself a place in Egypt, because we're not waiting for anybody. Yeah,
and we say, come to Egypt. You find what will please you in every aspect, actually, in tourism and, you know, in projects and all that, you know, like it's ready right now.
Egypt is the capital of Africa.
Yeah, it's capital of the world, you know, like someday, mother of the world, as we say. So.
That's true.
Well, Mr. Khaled Bouaib, thank you very much for being with us. It's been a pleasure actually having you, as always. And I'd like to thank also our viewers for being there. And as you always say, God bless Egypt, God bless Egyptians, God bless our police, our army, our white army, and our president. And as we quote from the Holy Quran, يدخلوها بسلام يدخلوا مصر إن شاء الله آمنين, enter Egypt, God willing, safe. And from the Holy Bible, Mubarak Sha'bi Misr, blessed be Egypt, my people. I'm Nerveen Nazim signing off, and we'll see you again next week. Goodbye for now.